Mastering emotional control in life's varied situations. Introduction. Emotions are the invisible currents that shape our behaviors, decisions, and interpersonal relationships. From moments of joy and excitement to periods of sorrow and frustration, emotions form the rich tapestry of human experience. However, when left unchecked, emotions can also lead to irrational decisions, damaged relationships, and impaired judgment. The ability to control emotions is not about suppressing them, but rather about understanding, managing, and channeling them in ways that are constructive and beneficial. In this comprehensive essay, we will explore the nature of emotions, the psychological mechanisms behind them, and practical strategies to master emotional control across different life situations. From high-stress environments and personal relationships to moments of fear, anger, sadness, and anxiety, we will delve into the science and art of emotional regulation. 1. Understanding emotions, a psychological foundation. Emotions are complex reactions that involve physiological arousal, behavioral expressions, and conscious experiences. Psychologists classify emotions into basic categories such as happiness, sadness, fear, anger, surprise, and disgust. Each emotion serves a functional purpose. For instance, fear alerts us to danger, while happiness reinforces positive behavior. At the neurological level, emotions originate in the limbic system of the brain, particularly the amygdala, which processes emotional reactions, and the prefrontal cortex, responsible for rational thinking and decision-making. When an emotional stimulus is perceived, the amygdala sends signals that trigger a physiological response: increased heart rate, rapid breathing, and hormonal changes such as the release of adrenaline or cortisol. Understanding this process is the first step in mastering emotional control. Emotional intelligence, EQ, a term popularized by psychologist Daniel Goleman, refers to the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our emotions and the emotions of others. It includes skills such as emotional awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. 2. Why controlling emotions matters. Emotional control is essential for overall well-being and success. Studies show that individuals with high emotional intelligence are more likely to succeed in their personal and professional lives. Emotional control allows us to respond to situations rather than react impulsively. It fosters resilience, helps prevent conflicts, and enhances decision-making. Poor emotional regulation, on the other hand, can lead to stress-related illnesses, anxiety disorders, depression, and strained relationships. In high-pressure environments like the workplace or during emergencies, the ability to stay calm and composed can be the difference between success and failure. In relationships, emotional control fosters trust, empathy, and effective communication. It helps partners avoid unnecessary arguments and supports emotional intimacy. In the broader context of society, individuals who master their emotions contribute to more harmonious communities and workplaces. 3. General principles of emotional control. Self-awareness. The foundation of emotional control is self-awareness, the ability to recognize and understand your emotions. This involves mindfulness and reflection. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation and deep breathing, help individuals become more attuned to their emotional states and reactions. Cognitive reframing. Cognitive reframing involves changing the way you perceive a situation. For example, instead of viewing a mistake as a failure, you can see it as a learning opportunity. This shift in perspective can reduce the intensity of negative emotions and promote a more positive outlook. Healthy habits. Routine plays a significant role in emotional stability. Regular sleep, a balanced diet, and physical exercise contribute to better mood regulation. Sleep deprivation and poor nutrition are linked to irritability and mood swings. Emotional expression. Suppressing emotions can be harmful. Instead, find healthy ways to express your feelings, This can include journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or engaging in creative activities like music or art. 4. Emotional control in high-stress situations. Workplace stress. In professional settings, stress often stems from deadlines, workload, or interpersonal conflicts. Time management, setting realistic goals, and learning to say no are vital skills. Practicing short mindfulness exercises during breaks can help reset emotional equilibrium. Confrontation and criticism. When faced with confrontation or criticism, it's important to listen actively without reacting defensively. Pause, breathe, and consider the feedback objectively. Responding rather than reacting shows maturity and emotional strength. Multitasking and overload. Trying to do too much at once can lead to burnout. Prioritize tasks and focus on one thing at a time. Use tools like to-do lists and time blocking to manage tasks effectively and reduce stress. 5. Emotional control in conflict and anger. Understanding anger. Anger is a natural response to perceived injustice or frustration. However, uncontrolled anger can lead to aggression and damaged relationships. Recognizing the early signs of anger, such as clenched fists or a racing heart, can help prevent escalation. Communication techniques. Use I statements to express feelings without blaming others. For example, I feel upset when. Active listening and empathy are crucial. Learn to walk away and revisit the discussion later if emotions are too high. De-escalation. Calming strategies such as deep breathing, visualization, or counting to 10 can help diffuse anger. Physical activity like a brisk walk can also help release built-up tension. 6. Dealing with anxiety and fear. Fight or flight response. Fear triggers the body's fight or flight response, which is useful in real danger but problematic in modern contexts like public speaking or exams. Techniques such as grounding, focusing on physical surroundings, can help bring you back to the present moment. Calming panic. Breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation, and positive affirmations can reduce anxiety. Challenge irrational thoughts with logic and evidence. Remember, fear is often exaggerated by the mind. Exposure and desensitization. Gradual exposure to the source of anxiety, such as social situations or heights, can build tolerance and reduce fear over time. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is effective in treating anxiety disorders. 7. Managing sadness and grief. Stages of grief. Grief is a natural response to loss and often follows stages: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Everyone grieves differently, and it's important to allow oneself to feel and process these emotions. Acceptance and healing. Journaling, speaking to a counselor, and engaging in remembrance activities can help with healing. Support groups provide a safe space to share experiences and find comfort. When to seek help. If sadness persists for extended periods or interferes with daily life, it may be a sign of depression. Professional help, including therapy and medication, can be life-saving. 8. Emotional control in relationships. Empathy and validation. Understanding your partner's feelings and validating their emotions builds trust and closeness. Statements like "I understand you're upset" show compassion and reduce conflict. Reactivity versus responsiveness. Reactivity is acting on impulse, while responsiveness involves thoughtful consideration. Take a moment to pause before responding during disagreements. This fosters healthy communication. Boundaries. Setting emotional boundaries protects your mental health. Learn to say no and prioritize your needs without guilt. Healthy relationships respect individual space and emotional independence. 9. Emotions in decision-making. Emotional bias. Emotions can cloud judgment. For instance, fear might prevent you from taking a beneficial risk. Being aware of these biases allows for more rational decisions. Balancing intuition and logic. While emotions offer valuable insights, combine them with facts and analysis. Consider making major decisions after sleeping on them or discussing with a neutral third party. Delaying reactions. When faced with emotional choices, Take a break to process your feelings. This delay can prevent impulsive decisions that you may later regret. 10. Building long-term emotional resilience. Gratitude and optimism. Practicing gratitude shifts focus from what's lacking to what's present. Optimism can be cultivated by focusing on solutions rather than problems. Resilience training. Developing resilience involves learning from setbacks, maintaining perspective, and adapting to change. Techniques include reframing challenges and building problem-solving skills. Support systems. Having a strong social support network is critical. Friends, family, or therapists provide emotional outlets and help maintain perspective during tough times. Conclusion: the path to mastery. Emotional control is a journey, not a destination. It requires continuous self-reflection, learning, and adaptation. By understanding the nature of emotions, applying practical strategies, and cultivating resilience, individuals can navigate life's challenges with greater confidence, peace, and clarity. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean eliminating them, it means guiding them wisely. With patience and persistence, emotional control becomes not just a skill but a way of life that leads to personal fulfillment and stronger human connections.